Hello there. I'm here to show you a wonderful place.
The Fallout TV show has been a huge hit with the audiences, and one of the big reasons for that is its attention to detail. This Amazon Bethesda collaboration has stunned with its impeccable props, striking aesthetic, and characters that feel true to the game series. But for many of us, it's the Easter eggs that are the flawless finishing touch on this masterfully crafted TV show. But with so many Easter eggs already having been spotted, you may be wondering what's left to say at this point. Well, we're here with our Vault-Tec microscope and a pocket full of mentats to serve up 7 Fallout Easter eggs that even the biggest fans missed. Beware of spoilers, my friends. Number 7. Thaddeus' Fate. Towards the end of Season 1, Brotherhood of Steel Squire Thaddeus is a bit worse for wear, sporting a broken ankle following a confrontation with Maximus. During this time he meets the snake oil salesman, who's also not allowed within 6 feet of any chickens, who offers a miracle cure for this condition. However, this is Fallout, and there's no silver lining without a mushroom cloud attached to it. Our friend Thaddeus soon learns that the reason for his speedy recovery is due to him giving up his status as a human, which is to say, he's become a ghoul.
Oh no. Oh, so stupid. I should have never trusted a doctor that smelled like that.
Now, this could be a reference to Fallout 4's Hancock, who explains that a mystery drug transformed him into the walking corpse we all know and love, or it could be something else, because the remedy cooked up by the shady medicine man could instead be the forced evolutionary virus, or FEV, which turns people into super mutants. The elixir that produces these muscly mutations is known for changing the host's DNA, making for an improved specimen which could easily include superhuman recovery for Thaddeus. Either way, this little tonic is definitely one that fans of the game will get an extra kick out of, especially if Season 2 sees super mutant Thaddeus hanging out with Maximus in the ultimate wasteland buddy adventure. Number 6, just like Vault 11. The ghoul, aka Cooper Howard, or Coop as we like to call him, is far from a good guy. Having seemingly been through the nuclear ringer again and again, this bounty hunter extraordinaire has developed into a morally grey character. This is shown off perfectly in one scene when he comes across an old ghoul acquaintance who's in the process of turning feral. Apparently taking pity, Coop calmly talks to them, painting nice images in their head before... Oof. As devastating as this is for the onlooking Goosey, Lucy McLean.
Nope, it says Goosey.
The scene has the same energy as Fallout New Vegas' Vault 11. For the unaware, this vault is infamous for the human sacrifices that occurred within, with the condemned dweller being presented with a slideshow of comforting imagery before the curtain dropped. Is this a bit of a stretch? I mean, yeah, sure, maybe, but the fact of the matter is that Coop looks the most kind of New Vegas-y of the core cast with all his cowboy drip, and he's been around for over 200 years, so you know what, is it too much to assume that he's been to New Vegas and maybe stumbled across Vault 11, and that's where he got the idea for this, slightly nicer method of handling things? Yeah, you're right, it probably is too much to assume all of that, but it is at least a nice nod to an iconic video game vault. Speaking of intentions, we know you don't intend to miss out on all this great content, so why not give this video a like and maybe even subscribe to the FGS channel while you're here. Go on, do it for Lucy. Be an okie dokie kind of person. Number 5, Bakersfield Bad. In one scene, Coop suggests he and his wife Barb give up on the rat race and get a ranch out in Bakersfield. Barb, a high-up Vault-Tec executive, dismisses the notion, saying that they should stay where they are so they can get into a good vault. Her reply not only warns of the company's evil plans, but it also alludes to one of the franchise's most iconic locations. Bakersfield is where you'll find Vault 12, which, in the original Fallout game, was used in an experiment for testing the effects of radiation on people. That's right, someone literally said, "Hey, we should see what happens if people get directly blasted with radiation. Think of what we'll learn." Someone clearly huffed a bit too much psycho that day. However, to do this, the vault's door was designed not to close. This means that when the bombs dropped, the poor residents could only look on in terror as they were wiped out or, in some cases, ghoulified. It is rather fitting then that Coop himself became a ghoul, although we currently have no firm evidence that he made it to a vault when the nukes began to fall. Number 4. Side quest sarcasm. In episode 3, after Lucy has left the vault in search for her dad, only to run into a mysterious scientist who she helps escape the clutches of the ghoul, is then forced to decapitate this dying scientist and transport his head to a faction leader, only to lose it to a monster in a lake, resulting in her being captured and used as bait in order to lure the monster out of the water so they can retrieve the head. Coop finally gives up on all that and decides to leave the head, delivering the line,
Thou shalt get sidetracked by bullshit every goddamn time.
Not only is this a relatable line about life in general, but it's also a tongue-in-cheek, self-aware comment about the time-consuming nature of Fallout games. With protagonists so often getting caught up in side quests, exploration, and other trivialities, it's safe to say this comment by Cooper Howard is clearly intended as a reference to the games and their knack for stealing our hours like raiders in a jet lab. And yet, it's this supposed bullshit that makes the experience so immersive. Yeah, funny that. Number 3. Vault 33's water chip. This has to be one of our favourite Easter eggs in the show. It may not be the most obscure, but it calls back to the OG Fallout. In the 1997 game, you play as the Vault Dweller, who's tasked with finding a new water chip to replace the broken one in Vault 13, where you reside. So when the residents of Vault 33 are alerted to a broken water chip in the TV show, it's clear that this is a direct callback. The funny thing here is, due to Overseer Hank being MIA, with the show's protagonist Lucy on the search for him, the residents of Vault 33 are technically without the hero they need to rectify the situation. It's a playful what-if moment for fans of the series. And, while we're talking about game plot lines, number 2, Water of Life. Early in Lucy's wasteland journey, she encounters a random survivor who asks her for something to drink. Lucy then offers clean drinking water, much to the delight and surprise of this thirsty fella. Now, we're getting a bit wild on this one, perhaps, but doesn't this remind you of something? A Vault resident is lone wandering through an unfamiliar wasteland in search of their father. Due to the way they were raised, they care for others around them and, in an act of charity, provide clean drinking water to a stranger at their own expense. If you break it down to those core elements, you're looking at a loose, even parody retelling of the main story of Fallout 3, where the lone wanderer goes searching for their father before ultimately providing clean drinking water to the residents of the wasteland. You think this is a stretch? Okay, well, what about that moment in the background here where you can see Liam Neeson? Okay, we made that bit up. Number 1, Easter egg behind an Easter egg. And now we come to the last egg on our list, and it's got a couple of layers to it. At this point, it's well documented that the authorization code provided by Hank McClane in the final episode of Season 1 is the release date of the original Fallout. This moment plays out after Lucy learns of her father's betrayal, leaving our protagonist feeling manipulated. The question here then is, can we call this a nod to the original Fallout's ending? After the events of the 1997 game, the Vault Dweller returns to Vault 13 only to be denied entry. The Overseer deems it too risky for them to come home, fearing they've been changed by their experience. Similarly, Hank has betrayed Lucy and, no doubt, understands that what she's been through means that she can never go back to her old life. This makes for a kind of Easter egg on top of an Easter egg, which is the kind of stunt Bethesda would pull, right? We certainly think so. And there you go, 7 Fallout Easter eggs that even the biggest fans would have missed. How many did you spot? Are there any we didn't mention? God forbid, are there even some theories here that you disagree with? I highly doubt it. On the internet? No way. Let us know down in the comments, and be sure to subscribe to the FGS channel, where we have all sorts of brilliant Fallout content coming up. I've been Nathan, this is the Future Game Show. I'll see you very soon. Bye.